You never know how long to wait.
I also don't like know what to do. Like, do I just like stare at the camera or what?
All right. This is Father of Ice, Daughter of Fire. We are still in Game of Thrones. We are in chapters. What did I just say? Chapters
Like 13 something.
12, 13, 14. So it's Eddard II, Tyrion II, and Catelyn III. So let's jump right into it. First one, Eddard II. Go.
Yep. Okay, so excuse me. I don't remember all the conversations that were happening, but Robert and Ned, like Robert was saying, like, oh, you know what, I kind of like we need to talk or something.
So they're traveling. They just left Winterfell. Ned's
Yes.
agreed to be the hand, and now they're traveling south to King's Landing.
Yeah. And so Robert was like we should go ride. And then one of like Ned or Robert's guys was like, no, just like come in the tent and like you guys can talk here. And then Robert was like, no, like what I have to say might not be for everybody's ears or something. So like they get on their horse and Robert like books it, bro. He's like riding, like he's going.
And he's huge, man. He's like and he's a big ass dude anyways. Yeah.
I felt so bad for the horse because like I know that horse is suffering. And so yeah, Ned says like I tried to talk to him while we were riding, but he's going so fast, so like everything I'm saying is just like gone with the wind. And so I don't know where they stopped, but Robert's just like talking. He mentions Ned's like mistress girl. Hold on. I don't know how to say her name. It's like Wyla.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes. Okay. And
for one, don't ruin the streak.
I definitely am. So he mentions her, and then Ned gets angry again, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to like think about her. I don't want to talk about her. Like, why are you mentioning her?" And I was like, "Oh, you're so hard on yourself. Like, you weren't even like really attached to Catelyn at that point. Like, you just married her." And Ned's like, "No, it was like it's still bad. Like, I cheated on her like when the gods were watching, and blah 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 blah." And so they had that conversation. I don't know.
Do you remember the exact words? Because he does say something about he like disgraced her in the sight of
yeah
or something like that.
It was something like that. Yeah. I just don't remember like word for word what he said. Is that important?
It's only important to a theory that to this day hasn't been revealed yet. So and I think I'm in the minority when it comes to this particular theory. But
okay.
I do think that phrase is interesting.
Well, now I kind of want to go back and see what was
said. Let me just ask you, what is done, and you might not know the answer to this. What is done in the sight of gods and men?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Marriage. That's one thing that's done in this, in the sight of gods and men. So he disgraced her in marriage, and that could just mean that he cheated on her. I don't know. We'll see when George finishes the next book.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he needs to get on with that action now.
Actually,
like that was the first one.
He needs to finish it right when we catch up to the end of the story. Then he releases the book. That'll be perfect.
That would be fire. Oh my gosh. Okay. So she was mentioned. They briefly talk about her, but again, like Ned is mad. He's like, I don't want to talk about her. Like talking about her makes me mad, blah blah blah. And I was wondering, like, is he mad because like he's like ashamed that he cheated on Catelyn, or is it like another reason? Borrows were mentioned. I just had Borrows and then a question mark. So I don't know.
I think it's the Borrow lands, and I think it's an area where they bury like almost like graveyards, maybe. Where
I think so.
People.
Okay, yeah, because Robert said like, "Have we ridden onto a graveyard?" And then Ned said, "Borrows are everywhere in the north."
Yeah.
Okay. Lord Varys.
Yeah.
Varys.
Just run the street.
Oh my god.
Varys. I think it's Varys.
Yeah. Varys. Okay. Is that like? Is he or it important? I don't even know who that is. I don't remember.
He will be a main character, but what was How was he brought up in the context?
Like, see, I wish I like put. Oh wait, Master of Whispers. I put a little dash.
Okay,
Master of
perfect.
Whispers.
Yeah. So good job. So he's on the inner council. We've already talked about a few different people. I would previously mentioned Littlefinger is on this inner council. Obviously, the Hand of the King. Varys, Master of Whispers. You probably don't know exactly what that means, but just by the name of the title, let's say Master of Information, of Rumors, of Secrets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then they also bring up Sir Jorah Mormont.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I thought was crazy because like that's the guy over there.
Yeah,
And
right.
like, yes.
It's one world, it all connects.
Yeah. And then them bringing that up. Dany was mentioned too. And they start talking about Dany, and Robert like hates Dany and everyone over there. Like he hates like the Targaryens and everything. And he's telling Ned, he's like, I should kill him. Like I need them to be dead. Like I wish I killed them earlier. And then Ned's like, those were innocent kids. Like you can't kill innocent kids. And he's like, well, she's like a dragon spawn, and I should have killed her when I could. And blah 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 blah. It was mentioned what happened to Ned's sister by Rhaegar.
Rhaegar?
Yeah, and how he like raped her so many times, like hundreds and whatever times. I don't even remember like how many, but it was crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like I understand Robert, because yeah, if I would have slaughtered that man too. What?
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. What else?
It's so funny because right before we started streaming, you're like, yeah, not a lot happened. And essentially, if you just think about what is physically happening, they're riding south. They have a couple conversations. They ride south. Not a lot happened. But the things you're talking about,
it's like the information. There's so much.
It's so important.
Yeah.
At the very least, don't lose sight of these conversations as the story progresses. These are important conversations that we'll come back to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like I've been underlining, like I underlined like the important things that I think are important. So this one that I underlined, it was talking about Rhaegar's like kids, and they like killed his like little brother, and like it said dashed his head against the wall, or his son, and dashed his head against the wall. Like he was like a baby, and
I think he was like nursing on the mom.
Yeah. They were like they ripped him from his mom's breast and.
Yeah, just smashed him up against the wall. Yeah. Did they say who did it?
No.
Okay.
Was it Jamie?
We'll learn more about who did it later, but yeah, that's so again, you've learned like super important things here. They kind of downplay it in the context of the whole conversation, but I think Ned talking about his mistress. Now he said Wyla. He got angry when he had asked about Wyla. What do you remember when else Ned got angry in a previous chapter? Because he's a pretty even-keeled guy.
I mean, he got angry when like they were talking about. He was talking about it with Catelyn too, and like Jon Snow.
Right.
But I feel like that was like the. Sorry, go ahead.
Ashara Dane.
Wait, who is that?
So,
wait, wait. Was that already mentioned? Like, did we talk about this?
We talked about it. Yeah.
Sorry.
So the people in the castle, rumors started coming up, and the name Ashara Dane came up. And
yeah.
About Ashara Dane.
Okay, I do remember.
This was like the only time Ned actually scared her with how mad he got.
And
ended, nobody ever speak her name again, which they haven't. So now Robert, his king, is asking about his mistress. He says that the name is Wyla, and again he gets angry. So go ahead. It looks like you have a question, or you're confused.
Yeah, because so when I remember that conversation, but I forgot the name Ashara Dane, and in my mind I was like, okay, like the person that he got mad about before is Wyla. I didn't realize that it was Ashara Dane, and like who is Ashara Dane the same person in like different name or
Good
like?
question.
Well, okay. Great. Well, I'm really locked in here. Okay.
And while we're on the Dane family, Ashara's Dane brother is maybe the greatest swordsman in the history of the world. His name is Arthur Dane. And actually, I think they said Ned killed him.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that. I was just about to say, isn't he dead?
So Ned killed the greatest swordsman in the history.
Wait, that's crazy. That doesn't even...
Does that make sense?
I mean, unless Ned's like the greatest swordsman.
Times 2.
Yeah.
All right. So all right, cool. Now back to the current conversation, the right and south. They talk about Ned and that. They talk about Rhaegar and Lyanna. Super important information there. Rhaegar had two kids. 2 kids? Damn it.
I mean, it says 2 kids. It only mentions a little girl and then the son. And then it says Lord Tywin's soldiers had torn him from like the little boy. So I'm assuming it was Tywin's soldiers that like killed them or killed the little boy. I don't know what happened to the girl. It wasn't said. But
yeah, why? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on what happened to the girl. And then Rhaegar's younger siblings is Dany
and yeah. Okay. Which for a second I thought that was their dad, but I like went back and that is not their dad.
Now Rhaegar was like an adult. The other 2, younger kids, and then they had them escape just in case something like this happened, so that the family line can go on. Okay, cool.
So Robert, the marriage between Dany and Drogo was mentioned, and Robert was like, I don't like this marriage. The Beggar King, I don't know who that is and like who that's referencing.
It's for Viserys. So essentially he has to go around, give me an army, give me shelter, give me money. So they call him the Beggar King as just like a way to talk shit.
Okay. So that was mentioned. And then they move on to Jaime, because Jaime is what is he? Hold on. Warden of the East. Robert made him Warden of the East, but Jaime's dad is the Warden of the West. And so they were like, or Ned was like, this is going to be a problem in the future. And he's like, can you really trust Jaime? And I was like, well, why wouldn't I trust him? He's been doing like everything for me. And that's like, well, their family used to work for the Targaryens. Like, that's a little weird. And then Ned's like, or Robert says like he swore like a vow to, protect me. Like, of course he's not gonna betray me. But then Ned's like, but like they killed the king. Like he would. Oh my God! Hold on. What was the conversation? It was like,
yeah, this
was crazy. Yeah, like, like why doesn't Robert see like this is a problem?
What exactly did they say about the previous king? And
oh my gosh, this is like making me like hype or something. I don't know. Anyway, hold on, let me think. Obviously, the prior king was like crazy,
right?
And Robert was like, well, he needed to be dead. Like someone was gonna do it. It was either gonna be like me or you. But Jaime stepped up and killed him.
Okay.
Even though he was one of the 7 guards or whatever.
Perfect.
Who vows to protect the king's life. Oh.
Right. I wanted to make sure that you got that information from the book and I didn't reveal it because that's a big thing. So Jaime was part of the Kingsguard. He swore an oath to defend with his own life to defend the king, and he kills him.
Yeah. And like that's insane.
Right. And then now you appoint him as your Kingsguard. Right. And then you appoint him as Warden of the East. You appoint his dad as Warden of the West. And then I'm sure you do that. He married the sister. So he's, Cersei's the queen. The dad is the Warden of the West. The son is the Warden of the East. The son is the Kingsguard. The Lannisters have all this power, and Robert is essentially giving him all this power, and he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah, and Robert was like, he's done everything I've ever asked of him. His sword helped me win the throne I sit on. And Ned was like, his sword helped you taint the throne you sit on, which I thought was really cool. That was tough.
Burn.
Right. And then he recalls, oh, hold on. So the Trident and the Red Keep were mentioned. I don't really know what either of those are, but I'm guessing they're like places.
The Trident, I think it is a river.
Okay, because I think I did see
the battle of Robert and Rhaegar took place.
Okay.
And then you said the Red Keep?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that's a building in King's Landing.
Okay. So then those two were mentioned. And then finally, Ned recalls when like that whole battle was going on, and like at the end of it, I think he goes to like the King's Landing, and Jaime is there, and he's sitting on the throne, and I want to say he had like some like mask on or something, but I don't know. The description was a little confusing to me. And he goes up. Ned walks up. Jaime's sword is like all bloody with the king's blood on it, and he gets up. Jaime gets up, and he's like, "Have no fear, Stark. I was only keeping it warm for our friend Robert. It's not a very comfortable scene, I'm afraid." But Ned recalls this to Robert, and he's like, "That's really weird. Like, he had no right to sit on the throne." And Robert like just blows it off. He's like, "Oh, he was like a kid. He was like 19 or something, or 17. Like, it doesn't really matter. If that's like the greatest sin that he has, like, I don't care." But yeah, Ned doesn't trust him. So I think that was pretty much it, though, for Ned.
Yeah, again, not a lot happened, but you just learned so much, man. Like, there's a ton. You revealed Jaime, his backstory, how he killed the king, the one that he swore to protect. You learn a little bit more about Ned and his history with his mistress. You learn about Robert retelling the Rhaegar Lyanna situation.
Yeah.
So, a lot. This was really, really packed. This is definitely a chapter that a lot of people come back to reread and try to figure out details and stuff like that. So that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad we got through this.
Yeah, no, that one was crazy.
Have they given Jaime a nickname yet?
Kingslayer, right?
Perfect.
But I think they did say that earlier, but okay. I just like, I didn't write it down because I was like, I don't know what king he killed, so I don't really care.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Kingslayer.
That's so crazy to me, though. Like, how can anyone trust him if he like killed the king as like a sworn protector? Like, obviously, it's so serious.
Right.
It's so serious, and he still did it, and they still like he doesn't get any repercussions for that. Like, what?
In a way, he does, because now essentially everybody has the same reaction you do. Nobody could ever trust him except for Robert, who's like what's going on in Robert's mind? He's just so nonchalant.
Nothing's going on in his mind, I think, because like what?
Yeah, I think they also, and it's a lot less important than everything else we just talked about, but it kind of feeds into Robert's character. He's like, Ned, let's run off. Like, let's just be two, swords and, just like going town to town, right?
I know. He was like, yeah, we can, grab a couple chicks and go. I was like, what? Like, I don't know how old you are, but you're too old to be doing this.
Yeah, that's literally all he wants. So he doesn't want to be king. He doesn't want to rule. He doesn't want to be in charge. He just wants an adventure, man.
Gosh, bro's like 5. Goodness.
Poor Robert.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that is Eddard II. Now we have Tyrion II.
Yeah. I really like his character. I think like my top 2 characters, Jon Snow and Tyrion. Tyrion's just like, Tyrion's I don't know. He's cool. Yeah, he is. He is cool, and like he just reads. Like he has nothing like wrong with him, mentally.
So you're saying there's something wrong?
No. Yo, cut that out, guys. Cut that out. Bro's setting me up. No, that is not what I'm saying at all. That is not what I'm saying.
We know what you mean. All right.
Okay. So Tyrion's with Ben, John, and then like some of the Night's Watch, or not the Night's Watch, is that what they're called? Like the wall people. Okay. And they're
Are
I
they
think
or are they traveling? Because they just left Winterfell. Are they already at the wall, or is it them?
They're traveling. They're traveling still.
Now, are they also traveling with other people that are joining the wall, the Night's Watch?
So okay, there was a bunch of
details, but
yeah, there was other people that were mentioned, but I don't.
No, we're good.
Yeah, I just got a call. Yeah, sorry. It like my call went into my ears. It was really loud. Okay. Anyway, what was I just saying? Oh,
traveling. The other people.
Yeah, so there was the only person that I made note of was his name was Yoren, which was one of like mentioned as like the Black brother or something. But there were 2 young boys that were mentioned. There's 5 men, 3 boys, 20 horses, a direwolf, and a cage of ravens. I don't know who all the people are though. I think they're all like for the wall, but I don't know if they're like joining or blah, blah.
Yeah, Yoren is a recruiter. So he is a part of the Night's Watch, but his main duty is to go throughout the land and get new recruits and bring them back to the wall. So that's what he's done with Jon. Not that he was the one that specifically recruited him, but that's the other people. The only other takeaway that you should get with the other people, I forget the amount of details that they gave, but it's not 20-year-olds that are looking to defend the realm. It's essentially the low people of society, the people that were in trouble, in prison, outcast. So if these are the new recruits, you can the takeaway should be when he gets to the wall is going to be full of these scummy people, essentially.
I forgot who said it, but I think they called so like the 2 boys that were with Yoren, they were rapers,
right?
And and then Tyrion like notices Jon is like looking at them with like a look on his face, and he's like I don't know, he's like upset, I guess, or not upset, but he realizes that it's not like what he thought it was going to be. So yeah, that was mentioned.
The ravens. Do you know what ravens are for?
No, but they were given to him by the Maester. My gosh, I wish I like remembered how to pronounce these names. Lewin. All right, Lewin. All right.
Lewin. Yeah. So ravens, they kind of remind me of the owls from the Harry Potter series, where they deliver messages. So essentially, you can write a message, attach it to the raven, and then the ravens are trained to know where to go. Like somehow they know to go to Winterfell, they know to go to King's Landing, and they can deliver messages back and forth. The maesters are the ones that take care of them. Generally, the maesters are the ones that write out the letters, attach it to the ravens, train the ravens, and all that kind of stuff. So he's bringing more ravens back up to the wall.
Okay, cool. Excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, they're traveling. It's also mentioned that the 2 like boys, like they smell. That was mentioned, and I thought that was funny. There wasn't like too much talked about, I don't think. If there was, I didn't make note of it. It was so
important. I can't believe you missed it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I underlined Tyrion. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. Tyrion said that the Lannisters took what was offered, which because they were talking about how like Ned gave him some like jacket or something, expecting him to like decline, and Tyrion was like, "Oh, thank you." Yeah, he was like, "I'll take that." Yeah, and Ben and like all the like Ben and Ned, they don't like the Lannisters, and it's like clear that they don't like them. So Ben was all, I don't know, kind of like sour towards him and blah 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 blah. But it wasn't too big of a point that was made. It just was mentioned.
Yeah, I think this chapter was a lot of character building, learning a little bit. Jon kind of realizing what his future looks like. We do get a little bit closer to Tyrion. I don't think it's any surprise that after this one, you're like, I really like Tyrion. He's top 2. So I think that we're starting to be drawn towards Tyrion. There was an encounter with Tyrion, Jon. Didn't they get into a little argument?
Yeah, that's towards the end.
Okay.
I'm getting there. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
I'm trying to go through it. Tyrion's reading books. He's going through like some of the Targaryen history, and he mentions like the three big dragons, which they sound so cool. Like I wish they were alive.
Oh, you don't think they're alive?
Bro, I was like, I saw their. Well, I didn't see it, but he mentions their skulls. So, there was Balerion.
Yeah.
Okay. Meraxis.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, bro, I'm cooking. Okay, the last one is Vagar. Wait,
Vagar.
Okay. Yeah, so those were mentioned. And Aegon Targaryen and his sisters, like those were their dragons. Forgot which one was the biggest one. I want to say it was Balerion.
Yeah, Balerion. I think they call them.
Yeah, the Black Dread, which is tough, bro. Right? Everything like that has like a like name is tough in here. It's so cool. Like Ice the Sword. Hello. Let's see. King Lauren of the Rock was mentioned.
No. So the Rock is Casterly Rock, which is the main home for the Lannisters.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I do think Tyrion tells a story about how essentially their main guy that started the family was a king.
Yeah, he was like his own remote ancestor, King Lauren of the Rock.
Yeah.
King Mern of the Reach.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it might just be history then.
Sure.
But yeah, and so then we get to him and Jon. John's like walking up. He's like, "Why do you read so much?" And then he goes on this like oh my god, bro. He talks this much about why he reads so much. He's like, you know, if I was taller and blah 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 blah. I was like, oh my gosh, holy yap. But then he like asks him what he reads, blah 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 blah. They're talking. Then Tyrion mentions the Night Watch, and he's like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's kind of telling Jon like what to expect. He's like, you know, this isn't like a noble thing. Like the Night Watch is for like people that are lame and losers and everything. And Jon is getting mad. He's like, stop it. And then Tyrion feels bad, so he like goes to like walk forward, and then his wolf, Jon's wolf, like comes up and he's like, I never saw the wolf where it was or like how it came to him. But one moment he's like standing, and then the next he's like on the floor. And yeah, I think the wolf is so cool because he's so quiet. Why is he quiet? Like, is this like gonna be like a thing where it's like he's quiet because of this, or like what? Like what is? I don't know. Why is he quiet? So then that happens, and then he feels bad, and then Jon is like, Tyrion asks Jon to like pick him up. He's like, can you like pick me up now? Because I'm like, I'm hurt and like I pulled something on my back. And then Jon's like, if you ask me nicely, I will. Which I thought was funny. So then he picks him up. They're talking. I think that was pretty much it. Like the main thing was the wolf like standing up for Jon, like just like coming to like be in between them, and how quiet it is, and it doesn't like growl or anything. Like it just he bares his teeth, but he doesn't make a sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I think that there's something here. It's never overtly stated, but you know, Jon and Ghost. You can see that. Well, I'm trying to ask the correct question without revealing what I think is going on here.
Just reveal it, Dad. Like I want to know so bad. Like why is he quiet?
And truthfully, he's definitely quiet. And I know that we previously talked about how did Jon hear him if he's quiet when he first found him and stuff like that. I don't know if there's anything more to why is he quiet. I don't know. Maybe there is. It's nothing that I know of. But
how did Jon hear him?
Right. I think that's the question. And then you can see that when Ghost attacked Tyrion, what was Jon feeling? Like right before Ghost attacked.
Well, he was angry. He was like upset that, you know, Tyrion was talking about like how sucky this Night's Watch job is gonna be, I guess. Yeah.
All right, I'll leave it at that.
No. I'm gonna be thinking about this like all day.
All right, next chapter.
Okay. Okay.
Catelyn. Hey, shoot, this was a big chapter too.
I felt so bad for Rob because Catelyn, especially at the beginning, she's. I mean, I understand. Okay, but I can't like hate too bad because like her son is dying, but also she has other children.
Right. I feel bad for Rickon, man. He's just like a little baby that needs his mom, and she just is not there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Rob was just a 16-year-old boy. He's got to be mom and dad and Lord of Winterfell. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Anyway, so it starts off with like Catelyn tweaking. She's like still with Bran. She hasn't left that room in I don't know how long, days maybe. Yeah. Master Lewin.
Boom.
Got it. It's locked. He comes in and he's like, hey, like you have to do this and this and this because like there's so many things going on and you know you're like the head of the house kind of right now. And so like you need to do these things. And she's like, I can't do it. Like I don't care what happens. Like just do whatever. Like he mentions
the
thank you. He mentions the master of the horse and she's like, I literally don't care. Whatever, like master of the horses all could die, blah, 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 blah. Like I don't care. And then during this like argument, Rob comes in and he's like, I can do it. Just like give me the papers, like who I need to see. He looks at the papers, good men. I'll talk to you later. And then Rob is like, what do you say? Let's see. He asks like what she's doing. He's like, what are you doing here? You have like other duties. And she's like, I can't leave Bran because what if he dies and I'm not there? Which I totally understand that. Like I feel bad like hating on her because like I would feel the same way if you know
That's fair.
Son was dying, like or it looks like he's dying and I left. I would feel so sad if he died while I was gone. That's so sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, I can't leave him. And then Rob was like, well, you know, you have other children, like Rickon needs you. He's been following me everywhere. And he just like cries and cries and cries. And like, I can't do it all by myself.
Right, yeah.
And then he says like, I need you because again, this is like, it's so overwhelming. Right, it's hard to do this by myself. And she's like, man, she's like looking at him and she's like, man, I realize he is just a kid too. But then she, during this, she's like holding Bran's hand and she like interlaces her fingers with Bran's. And she's like, I want to go to Rob, but Bran is still holding my hand. He's not holding your hand. You are holding his hand. What in the world? But she's very unwell, like mentally. So I can see like what she feels like, you know, Bran is holding her hand, but that's just because she's like ill. So then they're still talking. Bran's like wolf is howling outside. And so Rob opens the window, howling. Catelyn is like going crazy. She's like, it's too much. Like, close the window. Rob needs to be warm. Like, she just like starts going insane. She falls on the floor at one point. Rob like goes to help her. And then eventually Rob hears the dogs barking, which doesn't happen. And so he looks outside and the library's on fire. The library's on fire, which made me sad because all those bugs, man. But Catelyn is still not there. The only thing she thought about when the library was on fire, she was like, oh my God, I have to get Bran. And then when she realized the library was on, like, it was the library and it was like fire, she's like, oh, Bran, will be fine. Like, it's not going to get over here. Like, who cares? I was like, what? Yeah. Like, the library's on fire. What do you mean? Like, it's okay. So then Rob leaves and some dude comes in and it's like some random guy. And Catelyn like turns around, dude's here, and he's like, you're not supposed to be here. And she notices that he has a dagger, and she's like, no. And so then he attacks her. They're fighting. I think she bites him maybe or something. And then Bran's wolf comes in, which this was so tough. Bran's wolf comes in, kills the guy. He like I don't know if he rips his head off or like bites his head or something, but it's pretty gruesome. But yeah, it was pretty gruesome. And when the wolf did that, it like sprayed blood all over Catelyn. She's like, it's like a warm rain or something. I was like,
yeah, she was out of it, man, out of it.
And then she says thank you to the wolf. The wolf like licks all the blood off of her hand.
Her hands got really jacked up because at one point she grabbed the blade. I think he had it up to her throat and she grabs the blade. Her hands are really jacked.
Yeah. And then the wolf goes and lays down in Bran's bed, and then she's just laughing. Like she's laughing hysterically. I'm like, dude, she's
crazy, bro.
She is crazy. I feel really bad, not gonna lie. So then after that, they like all the guys come back, like Rob and some other people. They clean her up, and then she goes to bed for like 4 days. That's like got to be the best sleep ever. But after she wakes up, she's kind of normal now. Not kind of. I think she is normal. Like she's pretty normal now because she is concerned for Bran still. Like she's not like it's not like
overwhelming. Like
yeah. She's just like. It's just a thing that's happening now. Like Bran is bedridden, but like I have other things to do. Hallis Mullen was mentioned. I don't know who. Wait.
Honestly,
he's a new captain of the guard.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I think the previous one went with Ned. So
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So which I think Rob. I don't know if Rob appointed him, but I think he did. Okay. And then Theon Greyjoy was with them because like a bunch of guys came in afterwards, like when she woken up. Theon Greyjoy was with them. Roger Cassell. Is it Cassell? Okay. I think that was it. I don't think Lewin was there yet or with them. But they all come in and then they're talking about like who was that guy. And the blade that guy had was like a really special blade. It was Valyrian steel.
Oh man, literally, you're like a pro. You just know the stuff now.
I literally do, and I didn't even look at my notes for that one. And so they're like, this was given to him obviously because he was staying down in like the horses place, which I feel like okay. Like she. I don't know if this is related, but she was like, I don't really care about the horses, blah, 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 blah. But, like, if there was a master of a horse, like, dude.
Good job. So good. Yeah.
No. Yeah, so if there was a master of the horse, he would have been cut.
Hey.
But she was tweaking, so. Yeah, so this is kind of her fault now. Right? Yes. So anyway, they were like, this knife would have been given to him by someone like higher up because it's so fancy. And then this is where Catelyn reveals what her sister sent her in the letter to, hold on. I want to say, okay, Master Lewin is there, Sir Roderick, Rob, and then who was that third guy that I already said?
Theon.
Yes. Yeah. So she reveals, like, my sister thinks the Lannisters murdered Jon Arryn. And she thinks that, I think she says that Jaime pushed him too. Like, she is speculating that Jaime was the one to push Bran.
Yeah, because she's like, he never falls.
Yeah. That was a really good,
like my impression of her.
So yeah, that was mentioned. And then they all had to like swear an oath that they would never like say anything about what was said. And then she says that like someone has to go to the Lannisters, right? To like find something out, like find more information to like maybe confirm, or I don't really remember why they had to go, but it was something regarding this whole situation. And Rob was like, okay, like I'll go. But she was like, no, Stark always has to be in Winterfell. So then she's going through, she's like, who would they believe? Like, who should go? And then she's like, me. So she is going to go to, is it the King's Landing? Yeah, she's going to go to the King's Landing, and she's bringing, who is she bringing? I don't know.
I think Roderick Cassell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So she's bringing Roderick, and then they're taking, some like other route to get there, so
Yeah,
that they'll get there before Ned and them.
right. They're gonna go by ship or by boat or whatever,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
would be faster, and everybody else is traveling by horse.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I think I hit all the main points. Watch me forget something
No, I
important, but
mean, I think you got it. And there was
I
a
was
few
cooking.
things like when she refuses to appoint the next master of horse. In my mind, I was like, okay, when she gives you, when make sure you help her connect the dots. And it was really, and then you already did it, so that was good. The
Yeah,
Valyrian steel. It's going to be a little bit of a mystery moving forward on who sent this guy, type of a thing. And I should probably ask you, who do you think sent him?
the Lannisters.
All
I
right.
mean, like, it was like a mystery, bro. Like, where's the mystery?
A mystery for them. Now, obviously,
Okay.
Catelyn already suspects that Bran was pushed, and now they try to kill him because they don't want him to wake up. So she's already connecting the dots. We have additional information that she doesn't have, but they're going to go on a little bit of a thing trying to figure out who this is. What else? Oh, just overall Catelyn. This is another Catelyn thing that it just doesn't make sense to me. And so she is, and maybe the answer is her sleep deprivation and her just going crazy. But she's so obsessed, can't leave Bran's side. The moment she wakes up, not only am I gonna like go be with Rickon and maybe help out here and help Rob out, I'm leaving. I'm gonna completely leave my family and go to another part of the continent.
Yeah.
I always feel like she always wanted to go to King's Landing from the moment that she got that letter from Lewin, the mystery letter in the middle of the night. And she's trying to convince Ned, no, you have to be hand of the king. Because I think in her mind, she's like, we're all going. Or I'm going, like you can be hand of the king and I'm going to go with you. And then because she got so upset when he was like, no, you have to stay here. And she's like, no, like, what do you mean? She almost like freaks out then. And then she goes on this other thing where she's obsessing over Bran. And then the moment she wakes up, and even when you were explaining it, you're like, somebody has to be around the Lannisters. So I'm not really sure why she's going. Exactly. There is no great reason why she needs to go to send a raven to Ned or send a messenger to Ned. Why she needs to leave all of her kids to go there. Now, mind you, other kids are there. So she's going to be with her daughters, but I don't know, man. And truthfully, I don't think anything comes of it, but it's just
weird.
One of those chapters where I'm like, I just don't trust Cat, man.
Yeah. I don't understand either, because I think like anybody can go. I understand her saying like it has to be someone like trustworthy and someone that like other people will believe like immediately. So like since she's like Lord Eddard's wife, it makes sense. But also, she was so quick to go. She's like, when she was like, yeah, I'll go. Rob was like, what about Bran? She's like, yeah, I can't do anything. I was like,
I know, right?
You're just holding his hand, saying you can't let go.
Right. Yeah. What if he does when you're not there? What about that?
Yeah, exactly. She was like, it's to the gods now. I was like, wow. Switch up is
and your
crazy,
baby
man.
Rickon, screw him.
Yeah,
your son
didn't even mention
Rob
him.
That is like trying to learn how to lead. Maester Lewin will take care of him. Like, oh, dude, it's just. Oh. And let me ask you this: if she is going because she needs the one to go, what are your expectations of her when she arrives?
Like what she's gonna do?
Yeah, why is she going?
I don't know, actually. Why
is she
gonna
run up to King Robert and be like, Lannisters killed John? Like,
why is she even going? Because she doesn't want to make it known that she's going. That's why they're taking like a separate route to get there. But maybe she's trying to find like more information. But then once she gets there, like it's obvious that she's there. So how is she going to find more information if like everyone, like, is she just going to do a questionnaire? Hey guys, like, did you kill? Like what? Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's something that I'm just overtly missing or if Catelyn is just half crazy, which I think she is. But yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it's a little confusing, but You do you, I guess, Catelyn. Yeah.
Any thoughts on obviously the direwolf saved Bran, but there seems to be this connection with the wolf howling and Bran getting stronger, the doors closing, and
because when Rob like first opened it and Catelyn was like, no, close it, he was like, no, Bran needs to hear like the song or like they're howling or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if that's like a spiritual thing, like, you know, because I know like when some people are like bedridden and not waking up, like people like play music for them and everything, because it's like it's known that sometimes like when you're like, I don't know, sleeping, you can hear things. Well, sleeping, but like, you know, in a coma, you can hear other things. So maybe it's like something like that, or it's like magic, and the dire wolves like got a special howl or something. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Let's go predictions. Any major thing gonna happen when Rob and King Robert arrive at King's Landing?
I don't know. Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what could happen. Like they're gonna get there, and then I don't know what happens to like the king's hand. Like, is there like a ceremony like you are the king's hand now or something, or does he just like become the king's hand and he just already has to pick up his duties? Like, I don't know how that works, but whatever happens with that, it's gonna happen, right?
Wow.
Yeah, right. Honestly, I don't really have any more predictions for that one. I can't really like foresee.
I don't think there's any kind of hint at what, you know, and truthfully, I think what you said is the expectation. He's got to just start picking up the duties and, you know, running the kingdom and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Catelyn, we already kind of talked about, we don't know, like when she gets there, why is she going? What is she going to first do when she lands?
Yeah.
You know, she feels like she has this knowledge that the Lannisters killed Jon Arryn, and then she also suspects that the Lannisters attempted to kill Bran. So what does she do with that information? I would think it would be urgent. You know, she's not going to just go there and like just start hanging out. But
hey guys,
right? Yeah. And then Rob being essentially by himself now with Rickon.
I feel so bad for that kid. Like and he's doing it well too. Like it's not like he's like Ro is a great leader. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna do all that stuff by himself though. I mean, I know he has help, but like obviously Rickon is like a baby, like grasping onto his leg, and how was he supposed to handle that while he's like trying to do everything else?
Right.
But yeah, good luck to him, I guess. Yeah.
Jon, when he reaches the wall?
I think it's gonna be similar to like when he was traveling with like the two like guys, the two boys. He's just he's just gonna realize like, this is not gonna be fun work. And these people are lame and everything. Yeah. That's all I got, to be honest.
No, that's good. I think that's all you should have. And Bran. What I know that we've nothing. I guess have they mentioned anything changing with his health? Is he getting better? Is he getting worse?
He's unchanging. He still is sleeping, obviously. His, like Catelyn mentions, he's getting really pale and he has like no strength in his hands. But obviously that was like mentioned before that he was like, you know, looking ill. I will
tell you this. If you look, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say the next 3 chapters is Sansa, Eddard, and Bran. So we get a Bran POV pretty soon. What? Right. So,
okay, well, I was just about to say, like, I think he's going to wake up while Catelyn's gone. Oh my gosh. I can literally predict it. I didn't know that Bran was next. I saw Sansa, and I don't really know how I feel about Sansa yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I know what she looks like, though, like, because I've seen, like, a picture of her from the show. Yeah, she looks really cool, though. But, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay.
Don't read ahead.
I'm not. I'm just gonna like. Hopefully, I have time to read this. I have so much to do, bro.
You got a birthday coming up.
Coming up, yeah, it's tomorrow. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. The big 19. And then I'm 20. Basically 20 now. I'm like, what? But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
Cool. All right. I think that's it. Next 3 chapters. It may take a few days. You got a lot going on, but once you knock those out, we'll jump back on here for another one.
Okay. Wait, it's Sansa who? Is it Ned, did you say?
Yeah. Sansa,
okay.
Eddard, and then Bran.
Okay. And then I think Tyrion was after that. I want to read about Jon. I want to hear about the wall.
Yeah.
From Jon's perspective. Man, Tyrion again. All right. Anyway.
Cool. All right. See you guys later.